You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. It's never too late to prepare for retirement. Starting from the young age, you should know what to do to help you out in old age. Hello, James.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. I love this. All right, James and I got very involved in this discussion. I said, stop talking. We're going to record a podcast about it. Because what we realize is in order to prepare for retirement, you got to start now. You got to start when you're 5, when you're 7, when you're 16. If you've got any money coming in, this is where the financial literacy and financial capability comes into play. Over to you, James. Hit me with it.
Well, we got talking about retirement and preparing for retirement, and then I realised my son, who's only 15 or 16, one of those, he is putting aside 90% of every single dollar that he gets, whether it be from work or odd jobs or birthday money, any of that sort of stuff. And he's putting it into sharesies. He's putting it into we've got an investment account that we've created for him. And so he is building his fund up really quickly. And I realised the other day why he was doing it. It's because he doesn't want to get a job.
Wow.
when he leaves school. So his idea is that if he starts really young and starts accumulating this wealth, he wants to be able to invest this money because he sees his mum and me, or especially his mum, and how hard that she works.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Stuff that.
I don't want to do that. This is stupid.
I
So he's
love
just
that.
like, let's just not spend all our money. Let's just
Grow the money you have.
grow the money you have. And I mean, talk to him about this all the time. I wish I'd started at the same age, because if you start at a young age, you just get those savings habits and those investing habits right from you're really young. And if you do it when you haven't got any expenses, why can't you save 90% of your income? If you don't have any kids, you're not married, you don't have a house, you're living at home.
What's stopping you from
There's
saving?
nothing stopping you.
Well, now on the flip side of that is a son like mine that is spending every single dollar he can get on lollies.
Nice.
It's not like we never buy lollies. We always buy some sort of treats or lollies or whatever he wants. But for some reason, he feels powerful when he has the money and he can stride over to the dairy shop and go, and just buy any lolly he wants under the sun. So my struggle with him is making him see that, yes, you can grow that money. And if you save your money, that will help you in retirement. Maybe we should get our kids to sit down and do an episode of...
Absolutely. That would be cool.
From their point of view, why are they spending and why are they saving and what's driving them? Because I think it's important at this age to instill the right money mindset. And if we don't do that, then they will bear the consequences of it in the future. Because tell me about your daughter, because you did touch on your daughter. Does she save?
Not aggressively in the same way. She's really smart in that she is big into OPM.
What's OPM?
Other people's money.
I was like, is there a fund I don't know about?
She loves spending money, but she doesn't spend her own money. So this is quite a smart play as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to get you offside sooner or later with the people in your life. But so they're both reasonably good in that regard. She's a little bit more career orientated. So, but the reason why, if you can be financially sorted as a young person, then that gives you options when then you don't necessarily have to choose a job just because it's about the money. Do you know what I mean? You can actually choose a job you might really enjoy doing rather than it being, I've got to make this amount of money because I don't have any. So I'm hoping that that's where we're getting with my two kids. It's like, because I've followed, if you have followed, I suppose, people like Buffett and Munger, Charlie Munger, those guys, they started at a really, really young age, just looking after their money, and it's just such an incredible advantage if you get in at that young age and do the compound interest, compounding of your interest and things like that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Money makes money. If you let money grow, it will actually multiply if you grow it in the right way. So going back to our topic, preparing for retirement, you should really start young.
Absolutely.
But see, what happens to kids that don't have money-savvy parents? How can we help them there?
Well, I think that they need to get in touch. Okay, and we can have a look at what they're spending their money on and making sure that they're in things like KiwiSaver. And putting aside, if you're really hard, let's say, if you're really struggling with saving, if you're a spender, the best thing to do is to get into KiwiSaver, and you just make sure that you put the biggest chunk possible across from your pay every single pay.
This is not a financial advice.
No, it's not. But yeah, so you'd look at it based on
it's a tip.
Your personal financial situation. But if you're wanting to accrue some kind of investment fund and you're terrible at saving,
this is the easiest one to start with. And what do you think about the government changing it to 12%? Because there are talks, right, about changing the KiwiSaver contributions up to 12%.
Well, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely awesome.
And this is to catch up to our big brother Australia. Because they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, they're 20 years ahead of us.
Yeah.
And so you've got people over there with, multi-million super schemes. And
big wealth.
Really common. And that's the big difference. Well, it's one of the big differences between us and them. They've got this massive super fund industry over there. So, and we need to make sure that we're preparing for our own retirement, because we can't. Don't be relying on what the government's going to be doing for you. We don't know that that's going to be there. I'm not saying it's not going to be there, the pension, but you got to take responsibility for your own future now.
Yeah.
So putting aside as much as you can, and there's two ways to do it, right? So the way that I did it personally was, I didn't do it with KiwiSaver. The way I did it was I bought a house, and my wife and I paid our mortgage off as quick as we could. And we built up equity in our property really, really quickly when we were on two incomes. When we had kids, we pulled it back because we had that option.
Yeah,
because we'd made extra payments when we could, and so that's given us a lot of leeway over the last few years. So I really think there's a couple of ways. Nowadays, you've got more options. KiwiSaver is a really good option to put as much as possible into that. Get yourself a decent house, pay that off as quick as possible, build up your equity, and then thirdly, you're working on maybe some savings just in an emergency account of some kind. So you've got money there when you need it in case you have something that goes wrong, because you can't take money out of KiwiSaver
easily.
Yeah. So it's better if you are doing all those three things. And then fourth thing, of course, is your own career, working away at that thing that you love doing, trying to make money from it. So
absolutely,
all those four things, they don't have to all be successful at the same time. But if you're building those things from a young age, I think it's a good thing. That's what I am trying to do.
Yeah. And look, guys, if you're listening to this and you think of something else and something better, do let us know, because we love hearing from you. We love getting the feedback. My heart always sings with joy when I get a message from our listeners going, listen to your podcast. This was really cool episode on this and that. So please, please, please reach out to us and let us know what else we've missed or what else we can cover. Would love to record episodes for you. So thank you. Thank you, James.
Bye.
Bye. And that's a wrap on that Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.